My mother introduced me to God's Heart TV. She told me to say she has been seeing a lot of testimonies, and she was so certain that I will also testify.
Enough is enough today. I say right now, every appointment with disappointments in your career, in your finances, in your business, be cancelled in the name of Jesus Christ. Be cancelled in the name of Jesus Christ. Be cancelled.
My name is Florence from Zambia. Last year, that was November, I really had challenges with my studies. I was doing my bachelor's science degree in AC, and that was my final year. So I had a lot to study and a few time to prepare for my exam. So I was really scared. In that period, that was November, I was also preparing for my final exam. And the whole fear that I had within me, because I was so scared to say maybe I might not make it with good grades, and started calling mom so that she can help me pray. That's how my mother introduced me to God's Heart TV. And she told me to say she has been seeing a lot of testimonies, and she was so certain that I will also testify. So she encouraged me to search for it on Facebook as well as YouTube. That's how I started connecting from YouTube. I would watch live sessions. I continued praying using YouTube. And also I sent a prayer request to God's Heart TV so that I can be part of the interactive prayer session. The time came for exams. The exam was quite hard, but I managed to pass with very good grades in my final year. And to the glory of God, I managed to complete my studies for Bachelor of Science Nursing. And my results came out in December. Immediately after my results came out, I was supposed to write my licensure exam, so that I can now practice as a nurse, so that I can be licensed. Here we have 4 sessions. You can write in March, May, August, and November. I decided that I will write in March so that I can also write other exams or prepare for other career opportunities in future as early as I can. With that in mind, I had little time with me so that I can prepare for this major exam, so that I can be licensed. And with everyone around me, my friends were discouraging me, no, you can't prepare for this exam. The time is not enough. You need a lot of time to study. With that, again, I started feeling as if I can't make it. I was really scared. Again, I went back to mom. She was like, no, the same way God did it for you in the beginning is the same way He's going to do it for you. Just continue praying and continue connecting to God's Heart TV. December, I took part in the interactive prayer sessions. My heart was calm despite the negative comments that I was receiving from my friends. I stayed focused and continued preparing for the exam. And during the prayer interactive sessions, I would feel the conviction within my heart to say, I'm going to make it. Even when Brother Chris would mention to say those preparing for exams, for career progression, I was just believing in God to say, indeed, I'm going to make this progress, despite the negative comments that I was getting from my friends and everyone else. So the time came for my exams. Actually, in the morning, on my way, I got sick. My friends were now worried, are you going to manage to write? And I was like, the God who has started this in me was going to put it into completion. I went outside. We entered the exam room. Before I started writing, I prayed and told God to say, God, whatever I'm going to write in this exam, you are the one who's going to write it. That's how I started writing. I wrote until we finished the exam. The theory part was March 19th this year, 2024. Then the practical was on 21st March this year. On 3rd May, the results came out. And on that day, that was my graduation day. I graduated, that was around 10 a.m. in the morning. I have my certificates here. During the time I was trying to get back home, that was after the graduation, I received an email to say, congratulations, you have passed. So I passed the licensure exam that I sat for, as well as graduating on the same day. Out of the 233 people that sat for these exams, I was among the 58 that passed. So it was indeed the grace of God that did it for me. So this is the certificate of licensure, the same exam that I wrote. And this is my degree that I got after I wrote my exams in November last year. And this is now my practicing license that I got. I would love to encourage everyone not to let our colleagues to define our future or what we need to do at that particular time. Let's surrender everything in God's hands, because during the interactive prayer sessions with Brother Chris, I would feel it to say I would definitely do it. So don't let other people define you. Let God define your future. Let God have a way in your life. Let God be the center of your life. Just put everything in God's hands and continue joining the interactive prayer sessions.